president in the history of my life. And just as I promised, I withdrew from the Trans-Pacific Partnership, which would have totally destroyed your auto industry. I ended the disaster known as NAFTA. That was the worst trade deal ever made. That was the worst trade deal considered by him. That was so unfair to us with Mexico and Canada. Worst trade deal ever made. And replaced it with
Trump is live.
The best trade deal ever made, the USMCA, Mexico and Canada. And I know it's good because Mexico and Canada are right now, as we speak, working like hell to try and renegotiate the deal. Don't do it. Wait, don't do it. He's watching us now. He'll say, what's that trade deal they're talking about? Well, so they've been negotiating with us for about 2 years. I never heard of that negotiation. Well, where is Mexico anyway? Where is it? See, now the fake news will take the statement I just say, where is Mexico? And they'll put it on television. Trump didn't know where Mexico is. They do. It's a very dangerous. The biggest threat I have to my administration is sarcasm because they play it against me. When I show that he can't walk off, he can never find the entrances off a stage, like one here, one there, two here. We can jump off the front, I guess. And whenever I imitate him, I called my wife. She's great. She's great. Our great first lady. And she looked great the other night. She made that entrance. She made a lot of entrances. She was something. But she walked in. But I told her the other night. I said, how good was I? How good? This was at a rally a couple of weeks ago. How good was I? You were really good. Not great. Why? Well, it showed that you didn't know how to get off the stage. Well, I was imitating Biden. So what they do is they show the imitation of Biden. They said Trump didn't know how to get off the stage. That's our fake news. So we have to be very careful. So I haven't done it in about 3 weeks. I'll do it again, but maybe not right now. It's too. Darling, you were great. I mean, I get these crowds, 50, 60, 70,000 in New Jersey. We're leading New Jersey by 4 points, by the way. We're leading Michigan by 6 points. And a report just came out, actually we're leading everywhere and nationally, and we have to keep it that way. Gotta make sure they don't cheat. Gotta make sure they don't cheat. I took on China like no administration in history, bringing hundreds of billions of dollars pouring into our treasury when no other president had gotten 10 cents. You know, China never gave us 10 cents. They got hundreds of billions of dollars from China. And I got along very well with President Xi. He's a great guy. He wrote me a beautiful note the other day when he heard about what happened. And he wrote me a beautiful note. Most of the leaders did. You know, a lot of them didn't like what I was doing to them, but they also knew it was about time. The jig was up, right? It was about time. But they wrote me, almost all of them wrote me notes. It was nice. Now I have a good relationship with all of them. That's a good thing. You know, a lot of times the press would say he gets along with Kim Jong-un. North Korea has a lot of nuclear weapons. I got along with them great. You were never in danger with me as your president. It's a good thing to get along, not a bad thing. I used to tell him, why don't you do something else? All he wants to do is buy nuclear weapons and make them. I said, just relax, chill. You got enough. You got so much nuclear weapons, so much. I said, just relax. Let's go to a baseball game. I'll show you what a baseball. Go watch the Yankees, or we'll come watch Michigan, and it's home opener. Okay, how about that? Are you going to have a good team this year, I think, right? I heard good. But who the hell knows, right? Guy drops a pass, that's the end of that season. It's a risky bet. I proudly imposed a 27.5 tariff on all Chinese auto imports to keep China and Chinese cars. Keep them out of America. You don't sell a lot of Chinese cars in here because of what, and if you did, It'll be fewer cars that you make. We're going to bring back the auto industry because we're going to bring it back. We're going to have them. If they want to come in and sell us cars, they can, but they have to build plants here and they have to hire our workers, and that's fine, and nobody can say anything about it. Under the radical Democrat policies, the U.S. auto industry is being decimated. You know, we lost 64% of our industry over the years, 64%. We were a giant, and now they made, a lot of them made in Mexico. Mexico's taken 35% of the auto industry. And we did something very strong. We did something very strong with Mexico. But you know, when I was
my right.
on the wall, I said, you have to give us 28,000 soldiers. And they laughed at me. I hate when people laugh at me. I hate it. They're so disrespectful. They laughed at me. We won't do that. Why would we do that? I said, because you have to. We're building the wall. People are flowing in through the country. We want 28,000 soldiers to protect us while we're building the wall. They said, no, no, no. And then they said, after I said, look, here's the story. If you don't do it, we're going to charge you a 25% tariff on every car that you send into America. And then it's going to 50% next month. Then it's going to 75%. And then it's going to 100%, and then I'll stop. And the gentleman representing the president's a great guy. He's no longer president, but he's a great guy. He was a great guy, still is. But he said, I'd like to discuss this with the president. I said, 5 minutes, I got to go. I have something much more important to do. And he came back. He said, Mr. President, we would love to give you soldiers to protect your wall, free of charge, of course. That's how I got those great numbers on that beautiful, beautiful graph that we talk about. They gave us everything I wanted. I got everything from Mexico, and then this stupid person, low IQ, he's a low IQ individual. Take his IQ. I guarantee you it's in the low 50s or 60s. And he's negotiating against Putin, President Xi of China.
Wow.
Macron of France, very smart guy. I told him he was going to do something very bad to our country. I said, that's okay, you can do it, but I'm going to put a 100% tariff on all wines and champagnes that come in from France. He said, no, 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 Donald, you cannot do that. I said, I'm doing it. Donald, you cannot do that. That's not fair. He's going to charge our companies, American companies, 25%. I'm doing nothing for being in France. Big deal, right? Big deal. So I said, okay, that's all right. I'm charging you 100% tariff. I gave it to all my people. Mnuchin won't do it. They won't budge. I said, they'll budge. I called them up. Then I said,
Hey, that's my right to play this video.
He's a nice guy. I said, but he's, you know, he likes France. I like the USA. Does that make sense? I said, Emmanuel, it's so nice to talk to you. I understand you're going to charge our companies 25%, Emmanuel. Yes, 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 Donald. It was approved by whoever the hell approves the parliament. Whatever the hell they have over there, they were going to approve it. It's been fully approved. Yes, I'm so sorry. I said, well, it's okay. You can add approve, but here's the story. Starting tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock, every bottle of wine and every bottle of champagne that's shipped into the United States is going to have a 100% tariff on it. No, 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 you cannot do that. That is not fair. I said, it's not fair for you to charge our companies 25%. He said, you cannot do it. I said, I'm signing the papers now. I will call you right back. He calls me back. Then we would be delighted, Mr. President, to take that tax off. We have decided to take it off. It will be off by tonight, sir.
I love Portuguese wine.
It'll be off by tonight. And it was off. And it was off. You think Joe Biden does that? He doesn't know what the hell he's doing. Their policies are no good. Remember, whether it's Biden or anybody else, they want open borders. They want all the same stuff. So it's like, you know, but he's in particular, he's pretty bad, I tell you. Can you imagine these killers, these are sharp, and you know the press gets angry. They said, is President Xi of China, is he a smart man? I said, no, he's a brilliant man. He controls 1.4 billion people with an iron fist. He makes guys like Biden look like babies. They don't even know whether they're coming or going. Yes, the next day, Trump calls him brilliant. How dare, no, okay. Let's say he's not a smart man, okay, whatever makes you happy. No matter what you do, I say he's a brilliant man. They went crazy because I better than the men about fierce. I know the women, they know better than the men. They're more fierce than the men. Her. But no, he's a fierce individual. He's a fierce man. You know, when he meets this guy, he thinks Trump is playing a joke on him. He actually thinks there's some kind of I'm playing a joke. He doesn't believe what happened. He doesn't believe the last election. He doesn't believe. He thinks I'm playing a joke on him. But can you imagine President Xi, Putin, all of them? They're all smart, tough. They love their country, or they want to do well with their country, whatever it is, all ideology. But we have to have somebody that can protect us. And Orban was right. We have to have somebody that can protect us. Right now we have really low IQ people in there. And the president in particular, he has about a 70 IQ. And he's going against 210. And it never works out. It never works out. When I'm back in the White House, sell their product in America is to build it in America. They have to build it in America, and they have to use you people to build it. Thank you very much. It's very simple. We will build American, buy American, we're going to hire American, we're going to get it going, we're going to get the auto industry back. It's ridiculous. I will revoke China's most favored nation trade. You know, they have a most favored nation trade status. They've had it for years. We had it revoked, and then we had that stupid election, that ridiculous election that everybody knows was ridiculous. But I will revoke it. They have a trade. We're basically this, and we're just beginning. They're not just beginning. They're teaching our people too much. I will pass the Trump Reciprocal Trade Act, meaning if China charges us a 100 or 200% tariff or tax, we will charge them a 200% tax. Called reciprocal. They charge, we charge. Sort of says, I shouldn't say this, because, you know, Franklin Graham, I told the story the other night, Franklin Graham, he's such a wonderful guy. Billy Graham was his father, the greatest. My father used to take me to Yankee Stadium to watch Billy Graham. The place was packed, and he would get up and he would rant and rave, and you left there and you believed that it was God, in fact, that helped me last week. You would believe it. You listened to Billy Graham. And Franklin Graham is right, probably, but he wrote me a beautiful letter. He says, President Trump, I watch your speeches at your rallies all the time. I love your storytelling. There's nobody that can do it like you, but please, you're hurting yourself very badly. Don't use foul language. It made me feel bad, actually, because I don't use much. I don't use much, and if it is foul, it's not really foul. You know, there's really foul and there's foul, and then there's a little off. Like some people they don't like the word hell. That's a bad word. You know, I mean, that's not good. Or the word bullshit don't like. So,
wow.
But it's
YouTube.
more descriptive. There's just no word to so. But he said, so please, so I've been really good, and for the last 4 or 5 times I've really been good, but you know, you lose it into something.
Okay,
But
that's enough.
reciprocal trade, it basically means you screw us and we'll screw you. It's very simple. And I can't describe it. And I don't think it's foul, but he's probably right. To further protect Michigan auto workers, I will end the Biden-Harris electric vehicle mandate on day 1. It's going to end on day 1. And I will immediately terminate the Green New scam, and we're going to use that money to build roads and highways and bridges. Under Biden and the radical left Democrats, inflation is wiping out our middle class. Groceries are up 57%, gasoline is up 69%, mortgage rates have quadrupled. They've gone up 3, 4, 5 times. And they never include that in their stats, you know. They never include those things. They never include mortgage rates. And you can't get the money anyway, so what really is the number? And since Democrats took over, total household costs have increased by an average of $28,000 per family. Think of that.
Wow,
Under my leadership,
$28,000.
We will throw out Bidenomics and
Damn,
we'll replace
that's
it
a lot
very
of money.
simply with Maganomics. Maganomics. You know, I have to just interject. If you would turn off those cameras, because I don't want this. See the screen up there of me? That's very severe, that comb over. That's a severe sucker. What's with that one? It looks okay from the other side. But that is very severe. I apologize. Man, I looked up there. I said, whoa. Look at that. Wow. That's like a work of art. Only look at that one. Don't look. That one looks. To bring down the prices of all goods, we will end the Biden-Harris war on American energy, and we will drill, baby, drill. We're going to start that day one. Under the Trump administration, we had energy independence, and soon we will have energy dominant. We will be more dominant than any country by far, and we were. Just 4 years ago, we started off at number 4, we got to number 3, and then we had to beat Russia. We beat them. Then we had to beat Saudi Arabia. We beat them, and we were like a rocket ship, and then we had this idiotic result. But we will be, and again, we have more. You know, Anwar in Alaska is probably the biggest find anywhere in the world. The size of Saudi Arabia, some people say, who knows what it is, but it's massive. Ronald Reagan tried to get it, couldn't get it, and that was easier in those days environmentally. They stopped it with the environment. You know, the environment is very important to me, and environmental is very important, but, you know, you can't use it to destroy a country. And they stopped it. They stopped it for years based on the environment. I got it approved. It was totally done. This is since Ronald Reagan, who worked so hard to get Anwar, he wanted to be able to drill in Alaska. Think of it as the size of Saudi Arabia, approximately, bigger than Texas, bigger than everything. We would have had something that nobody else even comes close to. And on the first week in office, his Department of the Interior person, who was just put in Department of Interior, she outlawed it. She said, we're not going to use it, stopped all work. They were ready to start drilling. It took them a while to get ready. They're ready to start drilling. The money would have been incredible. The prices were very high. We're the only country that stops drilling when the prices are at an all-time high. And we stopped drilling, but we'll get that back, and I'll get it back very fast. But Anwar, they got it. Unbelievable. And we'll cut taxes even further than we did before, and that includes no tax on tips, right? No tax on tips. All the government does is harass everybody over it anyway. It's like a big harassment operation. They hired 88,000 IRS people to go harass everybody. So if you work in a restaurant, if you drive a cab, or if you do anything having to do with tips, I hope you're going to remember, you know, bartenders, let's see, hospitality workers, a barber, barbers get tips. I don't give mine a big tip because I don't think they do a very good job. If you're a mover, a driver, or anyone else who relies on tips, the money is going to be 100% yours. You better go vote. If that doesn't get you out, if that doesn't get you off your ass to go out and vote for Trump, nothing. Right? Gotta do. And as we rescue our economy, I will also restore the sacred and sovereign borders of a place called the United States of America. The United States of
Up
America.
your ass.
With Democrats in charge, the greatest invasion in history is taking place. This is an invasion of our country. You know, you remember during the time I was trying to get the wall, and I was getting all sorts of assurances, and you couldn't get it from Congress. It was incredible. So I did get a lot of money for the military. So I put an extra $10 billion. I put a little fund, an extra $10 billion. I then called it an invasion of our country, and I took it out of the military, and I got it built. And now we're going to build it larger. We have to close up the areas that weren't built. We have certain areas where we needed to have them open for a little while for getting all of our stuff back. I don't like leaving brand new bulldozers and everything on the other side of the border, right? We want to close it up. But we have certain areas we had to close up. And when they took over, they said, we're not going to close it. I said, these guys actually do. I thought they were kidding. I thought they were not being serious. They wanted, who would want an open border? Who would want an open border where people come in from prison?
I don't want no open border.
Mental institution. Either people that don't love our country, stupid people, they're not stupid because anybody that
Just
can
a
cheat
video.
them well in an election's not stupid. Or maybe a new thing's emerging where they want to get people to vote illegally, and they don't care. They have no shame. And we're watching that. Our chairman is here. The Republican chairman is here. The whole thing. See, the big boss is here in Michigan, so you're going to remember that. But we're working on that. But they do. They're trying to sign people up who just came in, who have no idea where they are, what they're doing. They came in, and in many cases they're very rough people. But they came in. They're trying to sign them up to vote. This is what they'll do. Because think of it. If they have open borders, if they have men playing in women's sports, if they have a raise, you know, they're going to raise your taxes by four times. 4 times. Think of it. What you're paying now, you're going to pay 4 times more. With policy like this, nobody can get elected. The only way you can get elected is to cheat. And they are really good at it. That's the only thing they're good at. That's the only thing they focus on. They have no good policies. They don't do anything well. But they're using these people, and they're trying to sign up the people. And we've caught them, and we sue, and we do all the things that you have to do. But they have no shame whatsoever. So that's really one of the big reasons I think they're allowing it, because they're not stupid enough to allow prisoners and people from mental institutions, people from insane asylums, and it drives them crazy. Hannibal Lecter, the late great Hannibal Lecter, would like to have you for dinner. He wants you for dinner. That's the end of you, by the way. But no, these people are being dumped into our country, and nothing good is going to happen from it. That's why we have to do a big deportation and get them the hell out. Okay? We have no shame. Meanwhile, our crime rate is going up while crime statistics all over the world are plunging. We have become a dumping ground for the world, which is laughing at us. They can't believe how stupid we are, how stupid we are with destroying our country. They can't believe what they're getting away with, but they're getting away with it at levels that they never thought possible. In Venezuela, crime is down 72%. You know, Caracas, Venezuela, was a very, very dangerous place. And now, because of the great job they've done in removing their criminals into the United States, next year, we're going to have our Michigan rally in Caracas, Venezuela, because it's nice and safe. Okay? Does that sound like a good idea to you? Because we want safety. Now, the press is going to write that. They're going to say, Donald Trump proposed next year's Michigan rally in Caracas, Venezuela. They'll say, isn't that horrible? Isn't that unpatriotic? You understand? This is what I have to go with. I'm only kidding, press. I'm only kidding. Although maybe it's not a bad idea. So El Salvador is an interesting one because I know the president. He's a young guy, and he's been getting this great press that his crime rate's way down, and they're training their criminals. Well, you don't train criminals, okay? Maybe every once in a while you get lucky, but you don't. So in El Salvador, murders are down 70%. He's saying, yes, we'll teach you. He's different. Most of them just say, well, the United States is stupid, so we're dumping all our criminals there. He does it differently, smart, because we're working with our people that are causing problems and crime. And he's not working with them, he's dumping them in the United States.
Of course he is.
And their crime rate, their murder rate is down.
Of course he is.
72%,
Dumping all his,
73%,
all the crime down here.
Because if I was running
Of course
one
he
of those
is.
countries, and we're not just talking in South America, but if I were running one of those countries,
Of course he is.
we would have been doing it much more. They're also emptying their jails. The big thing is their jails.
Yeah.
Those jails were packed. Now all of a sudden it's like, oh, isn't this wonderful? They're doing such a wonderful job. They're dumping their criminals into the United States of America, and we're not going to take it anymore.
That's right. They're dumping their criminals. They're dumping all the criminals over here, and we're not going to take it no more. We're done with that. Of course, absolutely. We're done with all of that.
You're not going to teach a criminal not to be a criminal. Not going to happen. You don't have the time, you don't have the energy, because you have to do other things.
It's
That
true.
is why, as soon as I take the oath of office, we will begin the largest deportation operation in the history of our country, even larger than that of President Dwight D. Eisenhower many
That's
years
right.
ago. He was a big deportation person. Under the radical left Democrats, Michigan communities are being overrun with migrant crime. You know that better than anybody, right? Does everybody agree? It's being unbelievable. In Oakland County, criminal squads of illegal alien gang members are hiding in the trees and breaking into Michigan homes after dark, looting them for jewelry, purses. They're taking the women's purses right out of their bed.
Jeez.
Electronics,
horrible.
cash, they're stealing, they're robbing the houses.
Wow.
Earlier this year in Kent County. Does anybody live in Kent County?
Yeah, you got a lot of them that live in
Sounds
Kent
good to me, but
County.
you're not going to like this. A sadistic illegal alien, of which there are many criminals, was sentenced for executing a 22-year-old Grand Rapids woman.
Wow,
while she was
holy
in her car
mackerel.
With a 1-year-old baby, shooting her at least 5 times with a rifle
Wow.
at point-blank range, while the killer was wanted on an outstanding warrant for attempted
Holy
strangulation
crap.
of another woman. When
And
I
he-
return to the White House, we will stop the plunder, rape, slaughter, and destruction of
Wow.
our American suburb cities and towns. We will shut down deadly sanctuary cities. We're not going to have them anymore.
Why have sanctuary cities? Why?
Massive portions of federal law enforcement to immigration enforcement. We're going to get the bad ones out. We're going to get them out immediately. It's not going to take long. We're going to rely on law enforcement, and we're going to give law enforcement back their dignity, respect, and power, so they're allowed to protect you.
Oh, we need law and order. We need to be protected here in the United States. Of course.
It's no wonder Joe
Absolutely.
Biden and his
Yeah, of
thugs
course.
are so desperate to stop us. They know that we are the only ones who can stop them. We're the only
That's right.
You know, we talk about Biden like he's a feeble.
I mean, we're not
And he is. He is. But it's
protected
the people
here in
that's
the
around him.
United
I mean,
States.
He's perfect for them. This is the fascists and communists and some bad people surround him. I know just about all of them. I can tell you about all of them. Did you hear about our big victory in Florida last week? Did you hear? We won the
Good.
big case. We're
Good.
going to take down Trump. We're going to take down Trump. No, when you have a great court system, when you have honorable judges, people that really love the country, good things can happen. But we won that case in its entirety. That was the one. That's going to take them down. They've been saying that for, 8 years now, right? And here we are leading in every poll. We got to get it close. You got it close. You got it close. We don't want to talk too much. I always say if we win, because I don't like saying when we win, because they cheat like hell. So if we win, but we got to get it close. We're close. 4 months, but you know what 4 months is in this racket? Like an eternity. 4 months
A
is like an
racket.
eternity, but we're leading by a lot, not just by
Good.
a little. We're leading every state.
I've been
every
saying that.
important swing state by
I've
a
been
lot.
saying that.
And we're leading nationally by a lot, but we got to get it close. The radical left Democrats rigged the presidential election in 2020, and we're not going to allow them to rig the presidential election in 2024. We're not going to allow it.
my right to play this video.
Every time the radical left Democrats, Marxists, communists, and fascists indict me, I consider it a great badge of honor. You know, I've been indicted more than the legendary Alphonse Capone, Scarface.
I remember that one, Scarface.
See that guy right there? Ultra MAGA. You're Ultra MAGA. He's tough as hell. But if Alphonse didn't like you, you would be in the foundation of a building rising someplace in your great state, right? He was a tough cookie, this guy. I got indicted more than Alphonse Capone. Think of it.
Alphonse Capone, yeah, I remember him.
They never said, let's see, I'm voting for, I don't want to even read that one. Thank you. I appreciate it. But I'm being indicted for you. Don't worry about these fake indictments. These aren't indictments. These are Biden indictments. These are...
No, now they come out. Harris indictments.
Man who can't run an election, so he indicts his opponent thinking that's going to win. And in many cases it would. You know, third world countries do this a lot. Banana republics do it a lot. We've never done it. And we're going to teach them why they can never do it again. Because it's actually hard to believe. It's actually driven our poll numbers way up. And then we had the debate. Did anybody watch the debate? Poll! Who won the debate? Biden or Trump?
See?
Free poll. I just saved $300,000.
To save $300,000. But Trump is not in office no more. Well, Trump's not in office no more.
They interview like 97 people.
But he is finishing out his term.
Trump is leaving by a little smidgen. I got 25,000 people here or something. They got so many people outside. I wish we could include them. I'd love to get them in. Would anybody like to leave now and let the other people come? That's not nice. Never forget our enemies want to take away my freedom because I will never let them take away your freedom.
There you go.
They want to silence
Top
me
message.
because I will
Live
never
chat.
let them silence you. And in the end, they're not after me, they're after you. I just happen to be standing in their way, and I always will. Right? I always will, fellas.
That's the only problem. Trump is standing in their way for them coming after us.
We're pleased to be joined by many outstanding Michigan patriots here. I know every one of them, including your next U.S. Senator from Michigan, Mike Rogers.
Mike Rogers.
And Mike is just as...
Oh, U.S. Senator Mike Rogers.
Invasion, end inflation, halt the outsourcing of Michigan jobs, and bring back the auto industry. You are going to double or triple your auto industry within the next 3 years under Trump. Mark it down. Mark it down.
U.S. Senator Mike Rogers.
Because we're not taking their cars. We want them to build the cars.
Wow.
We're using you people to build them. Also with us is another good man who is running for Michigan Senate seat, Sandy Pensler. Do you know Sandy?
Sandy Pentler. No, I don't know
I have
her.
a big announcement to make then. Sandy has just announced that he would like to do something very important tonight. So you have Mike, who's a total pro, Sandy, who's a total pro. I'd like to ask both of them to come on up, and I'd like to have Sandy make a statement first. Thank you. Come on
Yep,
up.
I have to, yep.
Thank you, Mr. President. I was so inspired when President Trump kissed the empty uniform of Corey Compton. I
flashback immediately to a couple days after 9/11 at the local firehouse where I hugged the lone remaining survivor and looked out at 12 empty uniforms. Thank you for honoring all of them as well. My campaign was always about making America better. The best way to do that is to enact President Trump's policies. Let's go Trump! Let's go Trump! To do that,
Hello.
we need control of the Senate. A divisive continued primary effort hurts the chances of that, and that's not okay. So tonight, I'm doing the right thing and ceasing my Senate candidacy. No, it's not an awe, it's the right thing. President Trump endorsed Mike Rogers. Tonight, so am I.
That's right, Mike. Yep. He endorsed Mike Rogers for U.S. Senate, and that's good.
Mike's gonna make a heck of a senator.
Gonna make a great senator. Republican
So I
senator.
want you guys to look around the room tonight.
Trump 2024.
Because everything goes through Michigan.
Everything does go through
Senate,
Michigan.
the Senate,
Yes.
the House, and the State House. Look around, make a pledge to each other. We're gonna fight like hell to save America.
That's
and
right.
let Donald Trump, Mike Rogers, and the rest of the ticket on the Republican Party. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandy. I am honored to have you stand with us and all Republicans to win the state of Michigan. Thank you for your courage. Thank you for your leadership. You're going to be an important voice going forward in our party in Michigan. And Mr. President, I want to say this, as a former law enforcement guy, it wasn't that the bullet took you to the ground. It was the fact that you got back up for America.
You got back up for America. USA. USA.
I have spent my career working to protect America as an Army officer, as an
So-
FBI agent working organized crime in
Yes.
Chicago,
See that?
as the chairman of the House Intelligence Committee. I have never seen a more unsafe America because of the Democrats over the last 4 years. Here's the good news, Mr. President. You will have a partner in the United States Senate that will bring manufacturing back to Michigan. We are the arsenal of democracy. We will be again in this great state. And I'll pledge to you, I will get Department of Justice reoriented to actually going after criminals. We are going to dismantle fentanyl distribution from here to the steppes of China, and we're going to tell China, you sell in the United States, you'll have a price to pay.
That's right.
Mr. President, I'll guarantee you this as well. With your leadership, winning the state of Michigan, winning for the United States, putting America back in Washington, D.C. versus Washington, D.C. and the rest of America, we will make America respected again. We will bring back law and order again. We will make America safe again. Let's flip the Senate. Let's elect Donald J. Trump and Mike Rogers to the Senate, and let's get busy. Thank you.
Let's flip the whole state and let's get busy. Let's make the whole state red and get busy.
Unifying the party, and that was beautiful to watch. Thank you, Sandy and Mike. And Mike,
It's awesome.
look, you're running against somebody that's such a bad senator. You don't even, I was there for 4 years. I don't even remember meeting that particular person. This is not a senator for Michigan. Mike Rogers is going to be a great senator. He's got gravitas.
Yes, he will.
He knows his way, highly respected in
He
Washington.
will be a great senator.
And I think, I mean, it should be an easy race. Nothing's easy, but it should be an easy race. So good luck, and thank you very much, Sandy, Mike.
Should be easy. It should be an easy race. It's an easy.
Members of Congress and their
Yeah,
great
it should be an
friends
easy
of
race,
my
too.
wars. Jack Bergman. Jack. Thank you, Jack.
Trump
Great job.
will beat Kamala Harris in 2024 like he did to Hillary Clinton in 2016.
John James.
John James.
Thank you, John. A warrior, somebody who helped me do a lot of different things. He gets things done. Bill Heisinger. Thank
Bill
you.
Heisinger.
Thank you very much.
Hey, he's my candidate, man.
Tim Wahlberg, thank you for everything you've done, Tim. You've been unbelievable. Always there for me, right? Always there. And a man from a slightly different location, a little bit down. You're not going to get there with an electric car, but unless you want to stop a few times. But
Unless you want to stop a few
Florida,
times.
great place. He's so respected. He's such an incredible man. Brian Mast.
Brian Mast.
Thank you. Thank you, Brian. Ah, Brian. Thank you, Brian. What a guy he is. He's a warrior. He's a real warrior.
No, but under the Harris and Biden administration,
Matt Hall.
we had no money. But under the Trump administration, we will have money.
Please make sure. We need these local ones, right? That's right. Michigan Senate Republican leader.
And Massachusetts endorses Trump,
Thank you,
too.
Eric. Great. Thank you. Good job. A congressional candidate who I hear is doing very well, Tom Barrett. Tom, get in
Tom
there.
Barrett. He's doing very well in the election.
A friend of mine who was really brave, ran a tough race. It's amazing, actually. Really did well. Her father was a very special guy. He was in the steel industry, and he passed away.
Oh, he's being civilized. He's honest. He's being civilized.
And I got to know them both very well. She's a terrific woman. Tudor Dixon.
I mean, the people ain't gonna want another Joe Biden in office, 2.0.
Thank you,
What?
Joe.
No. I mean, we already had enough of him for 4 years, and now we ain't gonna want another 2.0, another Joe Biden in office.
Very important person in this room, Michigan GOP chairman.
It's all right.
Okay. Pete Hoekstra. Oh, there he is.
We want to take back the House and the Senate. We want both and make the whole state red.
I said, Pete, you got to do it. How are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
How are we doing? Huh? We're doing good. If you're in charge, he's going to win. He was a congressman, a really good one.
It's my right.
He left. I made him ambassador. He was a great ambassador. And I then said, Pete, you got to do it. He lives here. I said, you got to do it.
Hey, I got the right to play this video.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
This live
RNC
chat.
Chairman, he put on that show with a person named Laura Trump.
Laura
How good
Trump.
is she? How good is she?
Laura Trump, she's the
It's
best.
unbelievable. She made a great speech. And her husband made a very good speech the other
This
day.
you got a strong Don too. You got a strong president.
But they all did well. Everybody did well, honestly. I do think Hulk Hogan, I thought he was incredible.
Oh, Hulk Hogan was
I
great.
haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, he's my favorite character, Hulk Hogan.
I'm
Yeah.
not going to mess with the Hulkster. But but he was fantastic the other night. All of them, every single one. My granddaughter did very well. Look, she's scored. What about, who said that? Who said my granddaughter? Wow. Kai. Kai is great. Great golfer. She's a great golfer. But we have another man who's very important, and the RNC chairman, Michael Watley, who's been incredible. Wherever Michael. Mike, thank you, Mike. Great job. I said, Michael, you have one job. We got so many votes, we don't know what to do with them. You got to guard the vote. When those votes get put in, they can't be missing. They can't throw them out. They can't stuff ballot boxes. They can't cheat.
They're gonna double up the poll watchers. That's what they're gonna do, so that none of that shit happens.
And on that night, a while ago, that certain election night, that miserable where we thought it was one.
We want positive, we don't want negative.
And then all of a sudden, additional votes have been reported in various places. We don't have to get into it. Carolina, totally steady. He had 603 lawyers working. Other people didn't have lawyers working.
Wow.
And bad things happened, but this guy held, and I said, that's the guy I want to run the party. And Michael, I know you're doing a great job, and you're going to do something very special. We don't need votes. We need to guard the vote. You ever hear the expression, too big to rig? The more we get in there, the harder it is for them. My daughter and her husband, Tiffany and Michael, where are you? Tiffany and Michael, you're around here someplace. Two great people. Fairly recently, thank you, Tiff. Great people. And Michael's father's here, to that highly respected guy, great businessman and a highly respected.
See, a businessman.
From the moment
See, a
we
businessman,
take back the White House
there's
from
businessmen,
Crooked
people
Joe
there
Biden and
listening to Trump talk, you know what I'm saying? Because Trump is a businessman himself.
You know, you can tell a lot by a laugh. No, she's crazy. She's nuts. She's not as crazy as Nancy Pelosi. Crazy it is.
Oh, Nancy Pelosi, forget it, man. Woo, man. Man, what a tough 4 or 5 years for him. For
I
her.
don't know if he should continue. All of a sudden, where did that come from?
Wow.
She was 100%. All of a sudden, she's not sure. Not sure means she's gone. But no, she's crazy as a bedbug. She's a crazy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Pelosi, forget it. Oh, my God.
I believe we're going to have the 4 greatest years in the history of our country. I believe.
Of course.
And I believe
America's strong, man.
is going to have the greatest of all of any of the states because I'm going to bring back your auto industry. I'm not going to take this.
Right.
You know, in Mexico, they're building among the largest plants for auto manufacturing anywhere in the world.
Of course.
Mexico, near the border. They think that they're going to make cars and sell them into the United States and lose all our jobs. It's not happening. And you know who owns those plants? China! China owns them. And we're not letting it happen. We'll put 200% tariffs on 400. I don't care what would. Whoever is building your plants, we're not allowing any of those cars to come into the United States, okay? We're telling that to Mexico right now. You want to build those plants? A friend of mine who builds plants, that's all he can do. He's a great guy, but his strength is plants. If you say walk across the street, he's not that good at it. But to build a plant, he has no problem. He builds great auto plants. I said, I'd like
Yeah, I
to
love
see
Trump, man.
Take me. He goes, we'll have to go to Mexico. I said, what about the United States?
He's honest.
So much. He goes, they're actually some of the biggest in the world being built right now in Mexico. I said, this happened over the last couple of years with this stupid president that we have. Stupid. He's a stupid person. And I can say it because, you know, once he weaponized justice, you know, I would never talk about a president.
You know, weaponizing justice, you know what I'm saying?
I said, oh, wow, that's really incredible. That's never been done before. I can do it. And I'm knocking them out. But sometimes you have crooked judges. We have some real crooked judges.
Oh.
That's the only way.
Yeah, crooked judges.
Is crooked judges.
Corrupt judges and everything. Oh, boy.
But once he weaponized, I wouldn't talk that way. In fact, before this happened, before he did this, I treated him not nicely, but I treated him.
But
I
respect.
treated him with far more respect than I do right now.
He did.
It's one of those things.
Trump treated Joe for far more respect.
Come in and steal
You know.
our wealth, steal our jobs, destroy our companies. and end up building it 10 miles across the border and think we're going to allow them to get away with it. We're not. They have to build it over here, and they have to use our people. So
You got convicted felons coming over the border.
will benefit more than any state in the union because they stole your auto industry, and we're going to bring it back, and it's going to be at a level that it was in its height. Okay? You hear that, John James? You hear that? We're going to put John James in charge.
That's it.
And the amazing thing, it's not even hard to do. It's not even hard. It's so crazy. You know, if you want to build something in China,
And
they
just
want
like
you
listening
over
to the
here,
guy.
we send it over there. We don't want it. They'll charge you like 250%.
It's interesting.
We don't want it. Then you get an invite. Build your plant over here. So these companies go over there. Harley Davidson did it in India. They couldn't sell. They had a 200% tariff on motorbikes. I had them in the office in the White House, the Oval Office, and the head of Harley Davidson. I was disappointed in that, actually. That we were talking about it. I was telling them the problems, and I was going to help them out. But I said, how are you doing in India? No good. Why? We have 200% tariff. In other words, if we
It's
sell
just a video I'm playing. A Trump video.
200% tariff, that means you're not going to be able to sell any.
People need to hear his side of the story here in Massachusetts.
They're building the plant or built it or something.
You know,
But that's what they do. I don't blame India. I blame us for allowing it to happen. It's not going to happen anymore. I had it stopped, and then we had the COVID fight. We had to fight COVID. We did a great job. We never got the credit. We got credit for military. We got credit for everything. I defeated ISIS. We did unbelievable things. Unbelievable. We got the biggest tax cut in history, the biggest regulation cuts in history. You know, when I go to the companies, the big companies, highly sophisticated, I said, so I got you the biggest tax cuts in history, and that was good for jobs. And I got you the biggest regulation cuts in history, and that was good for jobs.
yeah, it was good for jobs.
We have one. Would you take the regulation cuts or the tax cuts? Every single person, and I must have asked the question 200 times over the years, said the regulation cuts were more important than the tax cuts. Can you believe it?
The regulation
But we got you the
cuts
biggest
were more than the
regulation
tax cuts.
in history. Before I even arrive at the Oval Office, shortly after we win the presidency, we win. We're going to all win it together. I will have the horrible war between Russia and Ukraine settled, and I will be the only one that can make this statement. I will prevent World War III from happening. You're very close to World War III.
He'll prevent that from happening.
If I was president, the Afghanistan disaster, which probably caused Putin to go in, by the way, he wouldn't have gone in with me. He would have never gone in with me. And he didn't. And by the way, he didn't. But the Afghanistan disaster, not the fact we're getting out. I was getting out. After 21 years, you get the hell out. But I would have kept Bagram. It's 1 hour away from where China makes its nuclear weapons. We gave it to them so stupidly. It's one of the biggest airfields in the world. We built it many years ago for billions of dollars. We were going to keep that. We were going to man it, keep it. Think of it, 1 hour away. You know who has it now? China has it now. How stupid are we? Should have kept that.
He's admitting that.
Out of the lift.
That's right. How stupid are we?
At Bagram, not their little local airport where they had riots all over the place, and then the bombs started going, killing 13 of our great people, obliterating. I heard the number this morning, 47. That's maybe the right number because we're looking at 47. You know that, right? Obliterated 47 great young Americans. Their legs gone, their arms gone, their face just wiped out, and hundreds of people besides, hundreds of people. The worst catastrophe, the worst, most embarrassing disaster I think ever that happened ever in this country. And because of that, I think Putin looked at that, the incompetence, the stupidness of Milley and these guys that don't know what the hell they're doing, and he looked at it and he said, "This is a great time to go into Ukraine." But he would have never done it with me. If I was president, the Afghan disaster would have never happened. Ukraine would have never happened. And October 7th, the attack on Israel would have never happened. Remember, Iran was broke. Iran had no money. They were broke. Now they have $250 billion. But we'll get along with Iran. We'll get along with what we have to get along with. But it would have never happened. All of the things, and you know what wouldn't have happened? Inflation wouldn't have happened because I had energy low. Inflation.
Of course, inflation would have never
energy
happened.
Going up twice. I will restore a thing called peace through strength. That's what we have. Remember, I'm the only president in 80 years that I started no new wars. I finished some. Totally defeated the ISIS caliphate. In my next term, we will build a great Iron Dome missile defense shield over our country, a dome the likes of which has not been seen. And it will be entirely built in the USA, and much of it will be built right here in Michigan. Why shouldn't we have the same protection that other countries have built? Why shouldn't we have the same protection that Israel has and that other countries have? And Ronald Reagan wanted to do this many years ago, but honestly, we didn't have the technology. Now we do. 301 missiles were shot at Israel, and almost every one of them was knocked out of the sky. It's an unbelievable technology. And it's our technology, and we're going to use it for our country, and we're going to be a lot safer than not having it. The Iron Dome, we're going to build the great Iron Dome. The latest
We
and the
did talk
greatest,
about that,
and
the
much
Iron
is going
Dome.
to be made right here in Michigan, as you can imagine. And we will not cut one penny from Social Security or Medicare. And they are really, they want to raise the retirement age. Biden wants to raise the retirement age and they're going to. You know what?
That's when Biden was
All of
there.
these immigrants coming in, they're trying to put them onto Medicare and Social Security. So not only do they want them to vote, they want to destroy Social Security and Medicare. It's not going to happen, and we're not raising your age. One day, he's going to destroy. First of all, he doesn't have any idea what the hell he's doing. But I kept that promise 4 years ago.
Well, he's gone now.
I'm going to raise Social Security. I went through 4 years. It was never even a topic that was allowed to be discussed. Because we have, between the liquid gold under our feet and all of the other things and the growth mechanism that we have in this country.
Oh, because Joe's gone now, so
Which people have earned.
now it's Kamala Harris.
And when you hear that stupid guy,
And Kamala Harris ain't gonna know what to. Kamala Harris ain't gonna know what to do with Ukraine and the war in Afghanistan. She ain't gonna know what to do.
He's going to raise Social Security.
That's a disaster right there.
He's going to raise it because he's stupid. That's why he's going to raise it. Don't believe it. They have this line where it goes one after.
Well, anyways, but I paused the video a bit, but now I got something to say. Well, anyways, Trump is going to defeat Kamala Harris in 2024, like he defeated Hillary Clinton in 2016, because that's what I'm figuring. Okay, so that should be easy. But what else I wanted to say is that, Trump is a good president. Okay, he's one of the best presidents he's strong. He's a strong president. Okay, and I just want to say that, he actually took a bullet. You know what I'm saying, for America. Okay, he took a bullet for democracy. So, but it seems like people don't see that. You know what I mean? The Democrats, they don't see that. You know what I'm saying? They don't see that. But you know what? But like I said, he's going to be elected. He will be elected in 2024. So I mean, I'm personally not worried about it. But hey, he's a great president. I'm saying, he's not your particular politician. He's a businessman, and he talks. And the United States is a business. You know what I'm saying? But like I said before, and I'll mention this again, we should take we should take religion out of politics. Okay, we should. I mean, that's a guarantee. But we should. But I don't see that's going to happen anytime soon. But and the other thing too, okay, we should take abortion out of politics too, because we should, okay, because it doesn't mix. We should also take what do you call it? The courts out of politics too. That's what we should be doing, okay? You know, those three things: religion, and what else? Abortion. Take that out of politics too. None of them things should be none of them things should be in politics. None of them should be. Okay, you know, none of them should be, because this is what causes problems. So I mean, and that's that. I mean, you know, it's okay. You know, it's okay if you want to talk about religion, you can. Okay, sometimes religion is a good thing to talk about. You know what I'm saying? But just keep it out of politics. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yes, you can say, hey, my God. You know what I'm saying? You can say those things, but you got to not have religion mixed in with politics. It doesn't go. You know what I'm saying? And the other thing, abortion too. That should be taken out too, out of politics. Okay, that should be taken right out of politics too. That shouldn't even be mentioned in politics. This is what causes problems. You know what I'm saying? You know, in America, it does. It causes a lot of issues. Okay, because people have different views on. I have different views on that. You know what I'm saying? You know, I do have different views, and you know something, and let me tell you something. And I don't believe babies, they should be murdered. They shouldn't be. Okay, they shouldn't be murdered. Okay, you know, they shouldn't be. But I'm not gonna go there with that. So, but it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be in politics. Let me tell you. Let me finish this up a little bit.
Paper ballots, proof of citizenship, and voter IDs. Very simple. But until then, Republicans must win. We have to win. We want a landslide that is too big to rig. I said it before. I'll say it 100, 200, 300 times before that very spectacular date. But remember, November 5th is not really the day. It starts in early September, North Carolina and some others. Because now we have these ridiculous laws where you can vote before the election, after the election. We got to have one-day voting. What happened to those ballots that were over there last week? Oh, sure, we moved them around. Oh, really?
Moved them around.
I mean, think of it. You vote 2 months early. Nobody knows what the hell's going on. Where are all the ballots that happened? Why are they using a shovel? They're shoveling off. You ever see what goes on? Take a look at what happened in Georgia. They're shoveling ballots into wheelbarrows, moving them around.
Of course.
If you took the 10 worst presidents in the history of the United States and added them up, they would not have done near the destruction to our country as Joe Biden and his horrible Biden administration have done. They're destroying our country. They are destroying our country. And we get up and we have levity, we have laughter, but honestly, there's really nothing funny about it. They got millions and millions of people, many of whom are criminals and terrorists.
That is true, man. There's a lot of criminals coming over here over the border. A lot of criminals coming over here.
And they move many of them into.
We just don't want any more criminals over here over the border.
Hotel owners are making a fortune. They're destroying the hotel in a certain way. They're making a fortune. And our military is living on the street with nothing. And yet
our military, we have military, homeless military living on the street with nothing, and Trump wants to help them.
Get your family, get everyone you know, and vote. You got to vote early, vote absentee. I don't care how you vote. They all say, oh, sir, we have to vote early. Well, a lot of times you vote early, that's good. You got to get You gotta vote, and you gotta follow your vote. Make sure it doesn't get canceled out. You can do it. Vote on election day. I don't care how you vote. You've got to vote. Vote early if you want. Everyone say vote early. Look, you got to vote. You got to get out and vote. You got to protect your vote. That's what Michael's doing. He did it better than anybody.
Protect
else
his,
in the country.
people got to get out there and protect their vote.
Right here, when Georgia went down,
Because they, you know, the Democrats, they will cheat again. They will. I mean, then that's how they are. Then later on, they deny it.
Let it happen again, because this time if it happens, we're not going to have a country. We won't have even
No.
a semblance of a country left. And if you want to help us ensure election integrity, sign up. It's called protectthevote.com.
ProtectTheVote.com. Anybody wants to sign up, ProtectTheVote.com.
You got to watch and watch very carefully. So in conclusion, from Marquette to Midland, from Lansing to Flint, and from Detroit to right here in Grand Rapids, we've had great victories.
That's true.
Remember when we won the state of Michigan? Now, we did much better the second time, but I won't mention that. But remember, and I was at Grand Rapids, and we came in, and we had a crowd like nobody ever saw late in the evening. Remember that? You were there? And we had a crowd like nobody's ever seen before. I said, why would we lose Michigan? And we ended up winning Michigan. I was right.
That's true.
Bill Clinton told Hillary that he was in Michigan. You're going to lose. You know, he's a good politician. You had a natural instinct. He said, you're going to lose Michigan. You're going to lose Wisconsin. They said, whoa, why are we listening to this man tell us this? And he was right. Wisconsin and Michigan. I said, why are we going to lose? We had 49,000 people show up. She had like 300 people show up. I said, why are we going to lose? And we won. We won Michigan. And then we did much better the second time, but bad things happened. We're not going to let that happen anymore. We stand on the shoulders of the brave Michigan patriots and tough Michigan workers who manned the first assembly lines. You remember that? Does anybody remember that? It's a long time ago. Anybody remembers that? They're extremely old. Is there anybody that wants to admit they revolutionized industries and turned this state into a manufacturing powerhouse like no other? And we're going to bring it back. And we're going to bring it back. I'm not talking about lots of other industries. I'm talking about the auto industry because it's such a big industry. I can say we're going to bring back cement. We're going to bring back all sorts. I'm just talking very simple. It's so simple. It's going to happen so fast. You're going to be at a level as though you were from 30, 40 years ago. You're going to manufacture cars again at a level that you haven't seen in many, many decades. You probably have to get rid of this fool representing the United Auto Workers because he sells the auto. You know, I'm much more popular than anybody with the auto workers. We're going to get 95% of their vote. But they have a guy that, I mean, he pushes the electric mandate, and they're going to be made in China. They got to get rid of that guy. He's bad news. Your Michigan ancestors gave us Motown, the Mustang, and the might of the American Midwest, and it really is a might. They forged the steel, laid the railroads, tilled the fields, fought the battles, and won the victories that made America into the greatest and most powerful nation in the history of the world. It's true. It was the most powerful. But now we are a nation in decline.
We are a nation in decline. That's why we want Trump back in office.
Run by fools and stupid people. We're a nation that has lost its confidence. Its
Yeah, we did lose our confidence. We got to get our confidence back.
Its way. But we are not going to allow this horror to continue. We're not going to let it happen.
Wow, this is a horror.
Years ago, we were a great nation. And
Yeah, years ago we were.
Great nation.
We was a great nation. Now it's a horror because now Joe's not in there,
With the
right,
right leadership,
anymore.
every
Now
disaster
Kamala Harris.
that Joe Biden has created can be fixed and very, very quickly. Every problem can be solved and every wrong can be rectified. By this time next year, America's borders will be strong, sealed, and secure. Very easily. Get ready, Tom Homan. Inflation.
Party time.
Full retreat. Our economy will be roaring.
The party is on
Optimism will
in
be
November.
surging. You will have your confidence back. We don't have any confidence.
Ah,
That's like an athlete that can't shoot the shot, can't hit the ball, lost his we're gonna have you hitting the ball again. We're
That's
gonna
it.
have you playing at the top of your game. The American dream will be thriving again for
course.
citizens of every race, religion, color, and creed. Law and justice will reign all throughout our land. Freedom will be restored. The flame of liberty will be burning bright. Crooked Joe Biden, the worst president in the history of our country, will be a fading memory of the past, and our great silent majority, including the once forgotten men and women of our country, will be the one shaping America's magnificent future when I am the 47th President of the United States of America.
He will be.
Because we are all Americans, and together
We are all Americans.
November 5th to be the most important day in the history of America. It will be the most important day. And when we turn it, our country's going to be...
We're fighting against each other.
Don't turn it.
It's crazy.
The country is finished. You know it, and I know it, and everybody knows it. We are one movement, one people, one family, and one glorious nation under God. And together we will make America powerful again. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America strong again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And we will make America great again. Thank you very much. Thank you, Michigan. Thank you very, very much. Well, thank you very much. This is like a Michigan football game over here.
A Michigan football game.
This is pretty good.
I like that, yeah. I heard
I
about
want to
Michigan
thank
football
you,
game.
JD, for the introduction. You're going to be a fantastic Vice President of the United States. And you know, I chose him because he's for the worker. He's for the people that work so hard and perhaps weren't treated like they should have been, but they were treated that way 4 years ago, I can tell you that. But we're going to get it back bigger, better, stronger than ever before. Thank you very much. This is so good. I'm thrilled to be back in the great state of Michigan with thousands and thousands, and I mean lots of thousands up here. This is a hell of an arena. This is a hell of an arena. But you are the hardworking patriots that we love. You know, they have crowds of people outside. You're not even going to believe it. They go blocks and blocks. But let's forget about them, right? Let's forget about them. Let me begin this evening with a very special thanks to Americans nationwide, including all of you here today, for your extraordinary outpouring of love and support in the wake of the horrific last Saturday event.
Yeah, that was
When
horrible.
you think of it, it was exactly 1 week ago today, almost to the hour, even to the minute. Incredible. What a day it was. As I said earlier this week, I stand before you only by the grace of Almighty God. That's true. You shouldn't be here. I shouldn't be here.
That's true.
Maybe JD or somebody else would be here, but I shouldn't be here right now. But something very special happened. Let's face it, something happened. I want to thank Butler Memorial Hospital in Pennsylvania for the incredible job they did,
Butler Memorial Hospital.
and all of the great citizens of Butler, Pennsylvania, and the surrounding area, and everyone else for the job they did and the love that they showed us all. It was incredible,
Yeah.
actually. What a time that was. What a time that was. Nobody's seen anything like it. And hopefully they never will again. And they had cameras blazing. I guess it was different in
Yeah.
that way, too, because we were right in the middle school. Go see, look at all the news back there, and they were all blazing. They
Well,
were going.
okay. Have a great night, everybody. But I just want to say one thing. That was just a replay when Biden was in office. So that was just a replay. But now Kamala Harris is taking Joe's place, and because Joe stepped aside from office. So I just wanted to let you know. But like I said, Trump's leading in the polls, and that all the polls and stuff, all the polls, and Trump is a good he's a businessman, like I said before. He's a businessman. He's a strong leader, and this is what we need. We need a strong leader. We didn't need a weak leader. But now that Biden's not there, right? So now that Biden's not there, Kamala Harris is supposedly being in the race, and supposedly, but like I said, Trump's gonna beat Kamala Harris like he did with Hillary Clinton in 2024. The electoral votes and stuff is going to come out. But I want to ask you guys a question, okay? A simple question, one answer, okay? I've always said this. I've been born into politics, okay? I've been born ever since I was 10 years old, and and I know a lot. I know when a politician's going to win, and I know when a politician's going to lose. So I do know. But I just want to put that out there. But I'm going to tell you, okay, that under the Biden administration, we didn't have no money. Okay, we didn't have no money at all. Under the Trump administration, we had money. Okay, we did have money. So think about that. Let that sink in your head a little bit. What else? Now we got Kamala Harris running. Now I'm going to tell you what she's going to implement. Okay, I'm going to let you know what she's going to implement. And you guys are not going to like this. Okay, you guys are not going to like this. Maybe some of you might. Some of the Democrats might, but you're not going to like it. So some of the Republicans are not going to like this. Okay? Let me see if I can just find that. Let's see here. Okay. Kamala Harris serves as an Attorney General of California from 2021 to 2017. During her tenders, she focuses on issues such as criminal justice reform, reducing and protecting consumer rights, and addressing and focusing on crisis. Harris has also worked on combating and you know something, and I don't believe that she's combating human trafficking. Because I don't believe that at all. Okay, I don't believe that Kamala Harris is. So I don't believe it. So that's crap too. You know what I'm saying? So but she's gonna hold the same policies, okay, as Joe Biden did, okay. She's going to keep those policies. I'm just telling you, okay, that, get out there and vote for Trump in 2024, because if Kamala Harris gets in, guess what's going to happen? Which is I doubt it. I'm going to tell you, she will keep the same policies, okay, that Joe Biden implemented when Joe was president of the United States. I'm going to tell you right now, okay? I'm going to tell you, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, people think, and you people complain about food prices being up, gas prices are being up. Well, let me tell you something. Kamala Harris will do worse to your pockets, okay? She'll raise more taxes. So that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Get out there, vote for Trump November 5th, because he is your only way out, okay? He is your only way out, okay? He'll make tax cuts, he'll lower the gas prices, food prices, and everything. I'm telling you right now. So get out there and vote, because this is our last chance, okay? This is our last chance to save America and save our children too, from sex trafficking, drug trafficking, and everything, because that's what these people do, okay? That's what these people do, okay? And you know, and like I said, and you know what? And I don't, and you know, and like I said, these people are sick, okay? Okay, Kamala Harris, first Joe, now Kamala Harris, okay? Barack Obama, okay? The fascists, these people are sick in the head, okay? They are sick. So that's why this is our only chance to put Trump back in office, and you know something, to make America safe again, okay? We cannot have any more drug trafficking or sex trafficking and everything else going on, okay? Our kids are being abducted and everything, okay? These are children that I'm talking about, okay? These are kids that we're talking about. And you know, and I think that most of you get it. I'm saying, because most of you have children, okay? But most of you don't, okay? You know, we have to protect the children, okay? The children have to come first, okay? They do. And we have to, and we have to bring our companies back over here to the United States and make America-made stuff instead of making China stuff, okay? So I mean, get out there and vote. I'm telling you, because this is our last chance. If you don't out there and vote, and you know what, you might as well just say forget about America, because guess what? It's going to go this way down the tubes. So get out there and vote. November 5th, vote for Donald Trump. Vote. Get out there, show your support for him, okay? Because you know something? Because Massachusetts is endorsing Donald Trump. Massachusetts is. Okay? We are, the people in Massachusetts is endorsing Donald Trump. And I'm endorsing him myself. But take care, everybody. Have a great night. I'll be on tomorrow talking about something else. I won't be talking about I'll be talking about something else. So take care and have a great night. So be sure to get out there and vote for Trump, okay? Endorse him, because he's worth it, okay? He's one of the best presidents and businessmen that you can ever have. You'll have more jobs. You'll have more jobs. The Democrats don't know that. You'll have more jobs. More jobs than ever. And he will not touch your Social Security. He will not. He will not touch one penny. He may give you a raise in it, but he will not touch one penny of it. Take care and have a great night. And Adeline, thank you for watching. Cheryl Tab, thank you for watching. And share my video. The ones that were watching, please share my video out. Let's get the message out there, and let's get let's get Donald Trump in and back in Washington. Take care.